Africa has been on my radar. I've been seeing people make negative videos about this country. They make negative videos about that country. And it's two sides to every story. Then it's the truth. And I think when it comes to moving outside of your country to another continent or whatever it may be, your truth is your truth. I believe that all sides of a story should be told, not just the positive. Give me the complete story so I know what I'm dealing with. Tell me the good and the bad. So like I say, I know the complete story. There's nothing is a mystery. If you tell the truth, people are going to get upset. If you tell the truth, you're going to shake somebody's foundation. You are going to ruffle some feathers. Some people are just not going to like what you're talking about. Some out of pride of it's their country, it's where they were born at. Some because that country is their dream. It's their dream place. It's where they go to retire. It's where they go to for a better life. Imagine you working so hard to make this dream come true, and somebody comes along and tries to tear that dream apart with issues that have nothing to do with you. You're going to be upset. It would be no different than if you married and your marriage is good, and you're around somebody that bashes marriage to other people. Oh, don't get married. Married people ain't happy. This and that. You will have you'll feel some type of way about it. You will you're gonna be like, nah, speak for yourself. So when you have things like that, it happens. I don't care if it's a car. Me and you could have the same car and you could talk trash about it, and I can say, I don't have that problem with my car. My car has been good to me. I got such and such miles, and I haven't had issues. It's just life. I know people that rent out homes, and they have horrible stories to tell you. Horrible. I will never rent out to people again. It was a bad idea listening to people to get into renting out properties. Or you'll get somebody to say, don't rent to Section 8 people. They this and that. Then I hear people that say, man, I got 5, 6 houses. That's how I make my money. I don't have no problem with it. People come, they go. I just have to do this, do that. I may have to take somebody to court, but it's all part of the business. Everybody's story is different. But with that said, it is only right. It is only right that everybody's story be told if they want it told. So I watched an interview that Leslie Jones, I believe that's her name. I subscribe to her channel. She made a video interviewing a lady, and the lady was saying how she was having problems with her land in a Cebu, and that this was going on and that was going on. And they were doing some of the issues in not only in a Cebu, but in Ghana. She told how the chief didn't do the land properly, or, and he didn't, the way, I guess, the paperwork was written up, it wasn't properly done the way that it's supposed to be done when you take it to the land commission. Now, all the stuff she said was her story. So do I doubt her story? Do I whatever? I don't see why somebody would just come on there and lie. I mean, people do, but I don't, her story was her story. And I understand that what she went through was traumatic. Then she said they had to deal with some of the people, the locals, the families, that didn't want them on that land. And it felt like that, okay, you may have gave the chief something, but you didn't give our family nothing. I can totally understand that. And she was just saying, I don't even want to be in a home anymore that I own. I want to just rent. But, you know, at least Leslie had her things to say about Ghana, which we've, you know, those of us that keep our eye on or the pulse of what's going on in Ghana, she said her piece. She's been through some traumatic things. You cannot take that away from her. You can say that these people need to do their due diligence, and you can do this and you do that. Plenty of people have done their due diligence. Plenty of these people are smart, brilliant people. Very intelligent. But doing due diligence can only go so far. You can learn this and that and cross 1,000 T's and dot your I's, and something still can slip by you that you don't know, or another person may not tell you because they think that's not going to happen. That's not what goes on. I also watch videos, I can't think of the young man's name, but he purchased some land from a family that had been in the families for years. And he bought the land, didn't have any issues. Soon as he started to, part of the land had a car wash on it. Soon as he started to do the car wash, here comes somebody else saying it's part of their land. He was in court for 2 years, spent several thousand CDs fighting this guy, and he won. So even the Ghanaians and somebody, a businessman that's going through the process, can have issues, unforeseen issues that come up, and it happens. But I'm going to come from a different perspective. And my perspective is going to be, I live in Detroit, Michigan. And for those of you that live in the United States, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard so many bad things about Detroit, from the shootings to the killings and, you know, all this other stuff. And so what I decided to do was to draw a parallel line from Detroit to Ghana. So basically a comparison. They say sometimes if you go to make a decision that you should make a list of the good things and a list of the bad things. So during this video, Lord willing, I get it right, I'm gonna put up some pictures up top, and I'm gonna try to go over all the things that as a Detroiter that we face that they don't talk about when they bring up Ghana. Not saying that Ghana is perfect. Not saying Detroit is perfect. But what I'm saying is the same things that are going on in Ghana go on everywhere around the world. Not only do they go on everywhere around the world, they go on 3 to 4 times more than they go on in Ghana. I guarantee it. So my little pad that I wrote down, this is Detroit 2024. We haven't even ended the year yet. Homicides, 177 homicides, which is actually down from 2023. I also have, if I get a chance to put them up, it'll be some graphs showing the crime rates of 2023 that I pulled off of the city website. So homicides, 177. Sexual abuse, 139. Assault with a deadly weapon, 932. Robbery, 1,940 robberies. Burglary, 904 burglaries. Motor vehicle theft, 6,055 motor vehicle theft. Theft of other kinds, 11,803 cases. Arson, 4. Now, mind you, every case or every complaint is not going to be filed. So what they'll do is they'll wait and see what comes down the pipeline. And the person will go handle it themselves. They may not even get their merchandise back. They may not get the car back. But you may find a body come springtime or summertime. I also heard in the video about begging. Begging is not just in Ghana. Begging is not exclusive to Ghana. That's what I wanted to say. If you go around, I'm going to try to put up some videos. If you go to a stop sign on a major street where they know it's a lot of traffic, there'll be somebody out there begging with a sign, will you help me? I need help in a bad situation. All types of stuff. Some of these people really need money. Some of these people, you'll see the different people laying on the street. You'll see people sleep over on top of grates that the heat is coming out of. You can drive by on the freeway, and over the freeway, the bridges that's going over, you'll see people tucked in up under the bridge. We talked about in Ghana, people getting fake indentures or fake, getting scammed, land scams, rental scams. Did you know that within the United States and here in Detroit, to speak fact, there is called fake landlord scams, fake land scams, fake landlords. I had an auntie. She was staying in a house more than 12 years renting from a lady. At a certain point, the lady no longer owned the house. The city owned it. And you know how my auntie found out that the lady didn't own it after years? The house went up for auction and somebody else purchased it. And they came and knocked on the door and let her know, I'm the new owner. And she wanted to know how, because my landlord just picked up the rent. This lady was picking up the rent for a house she didn't own for almost 6 years. Put up ads on Facebook Market, Craigslist, and they will say, oh, I got a house for rent, 2-bedroom, $850, 2-bedroom, $1,200, last month. So what the person to do is they'll know that whoever owns the house is either just fixed it up or somebody just moved out. They know that the house is vacant. They may have broke the lockbox that gets the key to get in the house. They may know somebody, a realtor, that's actually going by that house and trying to rent it out. They could be a neighbor or a cousin of a neighbor that found out that the house is for rent, and they pull a scam. So what they do is they get your first, last, they pull up a contract they go on the internet, they print out a contract. In the blank spaces, they fill out the blank spaces. 2789 Bourbon Street is for rent for this amount. You bring your check, you bring all that, you bring your proof of employment. They play the whole game. You give them the money, they give you a copy of the key, you move in, and then right after you move in, here come the sheriffs, and you wonder what's going on. And the owner says, y'all got to leave. I never rented to y'all. Now you are out. I mean, you think about it. If you got Ghana CDs and you're American, and let's say that your rent for the year is $2,000, okay? We're talking about somebody that can potentially be out of $4,000 for a deposit and first month. Or deposit first month and last month. You could be up to $5,000-$6,000. Like I say, you also have it where several of the banking institutions that people go to purchase homes will charge a higher interest rate for blacks than they do whites. We still talking about scamming, right? Fifth Third Mortgage was taken to court and sued for giving blacks higher interest rates than they do whites. I think in the population of Detroit, it's like 80% or higher blacks. But when I looked at the numbers, it shows blacks at the lowest when it comes to home ownership out of all races. So, another comparison, trash. Remember I talked about the trash? They'll say, oh, you know, it's so much trash in Ghana. It's trash here, it's trash there. I'm going to put up pictures of trash of people dumping around the city. And these pictures don't even really cover some of the stuff that I see when I'm like going down side streets, or when I was driving Uber and I used to be going into these, you know, neighborhoods that I had never been in. The city is huge, so you could spend your whole life in the city of Detroit and not come across every street, every house. But when you go into these little nooks and crannies of the city, you will be surprised on the stuff you see. You see people that come from other neighborhoods and that will come drop truckloads. I mean, when I say truckloads, I'm talking about filling up a semi-truck full of stuff and will dump it in an area where they can get at night when nobody can see them. They'll dump 300-400 tires right there, mattresses on the freeway.
Detroit property treated as a junkyard.
Somebody probably got paid $3,000 to dump this.
The city is cleaning it up, but neighbors who know it'll happen again are taking action of their own.
I'll let them know you're going to be on Candy
Detroit is a beautiful place. The street I stay on is a nice street. The street after mine is nice. This area I'm in, you know, but once you go down a block or two, it gets rough. So Detroit has its good and its bad. But right now we're talking about bad because this is what they say, you know, are saying about Ghana and other countries, and it's acting like we bougie and this stuff don't go on here. And I'm not saying nobody deserves to get scammed. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just making a comparison on what I see. In America, you may call the police and you the one that's going to get shot and killed. And they don't even have to come in the house to do that. Now, I can give you 1,000 more similarities to what's going on here versus what's going on in Ghana or even in Cebu or any other where else in the country or in the world. There's good and there's bad everywhere. Million stories in this naked city, or however it went. But I'm here to tell you this. Don't let nobody else's problems or issues distract you from living out your dream. Learn from their mistakes so you don't have to go through the way they got or whatever happened to them. And if it does happen to you, that won't happen because you saw it happen to somebody else. And for the person that went through the trauma and the person that's going through the drama, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Because if you see so many people enjoying life where they are, and enjoying Ghana, something has to be right. It's just that when it happened to you, it just didn't go right. Maybe you moved too fast. Maybe it wasn't for you. Or maybe you just got. It happens to the best of us. But one thing at the end of that video that the lady, she said, the one she was interviewing, the lady said, she asked her, so what are your plans now? After all of this, the lady said, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying here in Ghana. I'm definitely not going back to the United States. So, like I say, it's good to hear both sides of the story. And it's up to you to find out as much as you can. I pray that everybody's dream goes as smoothly as possible.